Hello grade 11s, we are looking at the heading of Loki again and the helix. Today we are on page 102 and they're showing us an auger. What an auger is a little bit like a drill bit where they've got a center shaft and then they've got the parts sticking out from there. At the moment we've got one revolution, the pitch is 100, so that's terrible news because 100 isn't divisible by 12. It's right-handed, so remember in that direction, if we're holding on to something in our hand, that direction there. Start at the bottom and end at the top of the shape. Use the given view and complete the front view of the auger by starting at AB at the bottom of the shape. So we're starting at the center of the shape but at the bottom, and then it's going to spiral up like this. All construction must be shown, no hidden detail is required. So if we think of the steps we want to follow, you'd want to draw the circle first, and that is the top view. That has been given to us in this situation, so we don't have to worry about that, we can move on. Next would be to take the rectangle, which is the outlined shape of this in the front view. That's not been given, so I'm going to do that now by projecting my edges down and marking off that height which they gave us as 100. There I've got my rectangle drawn. Now I want to do the circle. I'm going to need to divide that up into my segments, in other words my pizza slices, so I'm going to do that next. There are my pizza slices. Now remember, if you have to do this yourself, remember to put in your center lines because this is a circular shape. The next step that I want to follow is the height divisions. Now remember, we've got to take this height of 100 and divide it by 12. It's not going to give us a round number. Because it's not going to give us a round number, we have to do the line division construction. So what I'm going to do is take a line from the bottom corner here, I need to mark off 12 measurements, so I'm going to take that up to 120 there and mark off the 10mm divisions. Then we remember we line up our last division and join it up. Then all the other points must be parallel to that. So that was my last point. Put my other set square on here. Hold it down on that now. Slide that down to my next point and project them across. I've got my height divisions here, and when I want I can project them across to where I need them. Let's start labeling now, so this will be our next step in this process. There is 0, they've asked us to start at AB. Remember, this is a right hand thread, so if I was holding it in my hand like this, here is the right hand, meaning we'll be going in this direction. So I want to label going anti-clockwise. There I've projected my different points, and if you wanted to mark them off, Now the height, we're going to start the labeling of the height at the bottom. Then the theory of 2 points. We need to match up the point with our corresponding point. So here's point 0, there is point 0. Next, here is line 1, so line this up. There's 1. There's line 2, here is height 2. Point 3, there is that point. Point 4 lines up with vertical point 4. Point 5 lines up with vertical point 5. Horizontal 6 lines up with vertical 6. 7 lines up with vertical 7. Horizontal 8. 9 is on the far edge. 10, 11, and 12 has to be back at the start point, because that gives us one turn. Now that gives us the outside shape of this. We now have to do the inside shape on this core. Now if we go with the same numbering, I'm projecting down the heights from my inside core. Just using a different color, might not show up in your screen. This is a blue pencil, and there I'm projecting these inside lines. I'm trying to get you to understand that we can follow the same process as before. So we've projected our pizza slices down. Now let's take the height. 0 lines up with 0 on the inside one. Here is line 1 for the inside. So we take that across the height of 1 to line 1. Here's the height of 2 to line 2. The height of 3 to the outside edge. This is going to go around the back of the shape, point 4, point 5, point 6 is in the center, 7, 8, 9 is on the outside edge, 10 is coming back, 11 and 12 at the top. So these points follow the shape of our auger on the inside on this core shape. And a lot of it we're not going to be seeing. I'm going to join up our points now. I'm going to start with the core. On the left hand side of the core, this is the only part that's going to be visible of the core, and so the rest of this line will be solid. Much the same on the other side. So this side is going to go down to this point. These two lines are a straight line. Remember, that would be your test for your accuracy if it joined up to the next one. This one changes slightly, and your last one should have that little curve to it. Same at the bottom here. Here is our little curve. That would be straight there, and just a little bit off on that one. So that is on the inside core. Let's join up our other points now. Remember, these three here would be on a straight line. Obviously it's hitting not where it hits the core this time. And that bottom side. There's that slight change here going to this point, and get our curve for this end piece. Take it around on the curve and line it up with the other one. Slight drop, and then let's curve this one nicely. Over here we're going to see a tiny little bit of the core on the outside here, and the same at the top. Let's join up the ends here, and there is your completed drawing on page 102, the left hand side of page 102. Coming up next, 102, the right side.